Hello everybody, I'm Pervin and welcome to App DNA where we talk about all things apps. Today we are going to look at an incident tracker app. Suppose you have an organization and you have employees. Now these employees will have many complaints or incidents that they want to raise. You want to have all the incidents in one database so that you can keep track of them and close the incidents. Also we will need incident managers who will be assigned these incidents, and we will need an admin to look throughout the system. We will build this app on our low-code platform Zoho Creator. As you know, Zoho Creator is very easy to learn and you need not be a developer to learn this app. We will go through this app in 5 basic steps. In the first step, we are going to add our employees. You have an organization and you have your employees, so you need to create a database, which we will do through an employee form. In second step, I am going to raise crisis through another form. In the first step, we will demarcate our employees into incident managers and regular employees. And in the second form, all the employees can raise a crisis. In the third step, we are going to assign this crisis to an incident manager. Once it has been assigned, each incident manager will be notified that they have been assigned an incident and they have to look through it. So in the fourth step, naturally, once the incident has been looked into, the incident manager has to close the incident. So we will have a workflow for that. Also, we will share the profiles with the incident managers and the employees. In the fifth step, we will create a dashboard which the admin will have to look through once in a while. When the admin goes through the dashboard, he will see all the incidents that have been assigned, incidents that have been closed, and he can see the report of all the incidents in just one place. We will now go through each of these steps one by one. We'll get started with our first step. Let's go to the creator interface and build our first employee form. First up, we'll log into creator.zoho.com. I'm already signed in, so it takes me to the application page. Here, all my applications are listed that I've made previously. I made one for testing out this app, and now I'm going to create a new application from scratch for you. Remember, if you have some spreadsheets or other files where you were maintaining details like your employees or other company spreadsheets, then you can simply import those and an app will be created for you. But I'm going to create a new application today, and this takes me to the app gallery page where there are a lot of apps that you can install right away with this click. At the end of building my app, I will take you through the incident tracker that our developers have built, and we'll see what features are there. For now, let's just get started with our new app. I'll name it as Incident Tracker App DNA and hit create. So the first step is we are going to add our employees. So we are going to create a new form and I'm going to name it as add employee. Through this form, we will know all our employees and then we will build on this data to raise incidents. To build this form, I'm going to just drag and drop these fields over here. So I want to know the name of my employee, their email, their address, their phone, whichever data that you want, and then I want to know their other details. Let's say you want to know their blood group, so you can simply have a drop down here, this blood group, and then you have these choices, so you can put A positive, AB positive, B positive. If you want any more choices, you can just click this, O positive, and then you can allow other choices. I have not put the negatives here time's sake, so you can allow other choices like A negative, AB negative. So I'm done with the blood group, and then I'm going to have a category also. So the drop down again, I want to know what category this employee falls into. So if I have my incident managers who are going to be assigned these incidents, I'm going to have a choice for them as incident manager. Otherwise, these are all regular employees. Of the category. By default, I can have it as a regular employee, and then I can also allow other choices. Maybe I have an admin or a visitor who also needs to register the incidents. So now my employee form is done and I can access this application. I'm going to open it a new tab so that we can see the differences side by side of this. So this is the edit mode where we build this app. And this right here is the live mode where we see the app running. So just now I created my add employee form, and once I hit add, they'll be listed here. So let's make our first employee. My blood group is A positive, I'm a regular employee, and hit add. So when I go to the all employees, this is the report where I can see all the employees I'm added here. So forms taken data and reports like this. show the data. Now we can go to our second step, which is creating a raise incident form. Now that we have learned how to build forms, we are going to build the second form, which is to raise an incident. Now in the second step, I'm going to create a raise incident form. Through this, my employees can raise their incidents. So click on this plus, the form, blank, raise incident. Now here I'm going to use a special field called the lookup. What lookup does is it relates two forms. So when I have data residing in another form, I can call that data through this lookup. So as you can see, I can go to the add employee form and look up the name of the employee. I can name this one as complaint by. So which employee is raising this complaint? So complaint by, and I can choose the fields that I want to have here. I can even allow new entries. Next, I'm going to have the incident. So I can name the incident title through the single line field. Next, I want to know what kind of incident is being raised, whether it's assault, an accident, or something like that. So I'll use this drop down field here and I'll name it as incident type. I can have categories like assault, accident, sexual abuse. So based on the type, priority can be given to what kind of case it is, and then I can allow other choices as well. Next, I will have a multi-line field here. And this I can use for the incident description, what kind of incident was it, and some more details on the accident so that the managers know more about it. And then I'm going to record the time of the incident through this date time field. So it will capture the date as well as the time. I'm going to have it as time of incident. Then I can have images for the incident. If you want some more detail, then I can even have a location field where they can type where things happened. And then I'm going to use another lookup here. This is exclusively for the admin, because the admin is going to assign this ticket to an incident manager. So this will be named as handled by, and I will have the field as employee name. Since this would be only for the incident managers who are also employees, what I will do here is I will set a filter here. When I set a filter here, I'm going to look through the category of the employee. If the employee is an incident manager, then he'll be listed in this handled by field. And then I'm going to have another drop down. This is for the status. So the status of the incident could be either ticket raised, assigned, or closed. We can have it as ticket raised by default. And then some more multi-line fields as investigation note. Now we are done with our form, but I'll create some workflows that will run on this form. So create a workflow while using the form, raise incident, and I can name it as anything. I'm just going to name the workflow also as raise incident. So first up, I'm going to hide certain fields. So when an employee is going to raise an incident, they don't need to see certain fields such as handled by, or the status, or investigation notes, which are going to be handled by the incident manager when they close it. So add a new action here, and I have field actions here, field actions like show fields. So I'm going to hide certain fields. I'm going to hide the handled by, the status, and the investigation notes. These fields will be visible to the admin, but not to the employee. And then I'm going to add another workflow on the user input. So I'll go to the script on user input of date time, time of incident. I'm going to check for invalid time. So if an employee raises an incident for the future, I'm going to say it as invalid because incidents cannot happen in the future. They can only happen in the past. So I'm going to use a simple workflow using the if statement. If input dot time of incident is greater than Zoho dot current time, which is a standard function that calls the current time, then alert, enter a valid time. Input dot time of incident becomes null. That means we are emptying that field so that the employee can enter a new time again and hit save. Next, we are going to have a workflow on form load. What I'm going to do is I'm going to automate the name of the employee who is raising the complaint. So complaint by equals, it will go to the add employee form and find out the email which matches Zoho login user ID and then fetch it through its ID. What it does here, this variable complaint by will go to the add employee form. It will find all the email which is matching the logged in user ID, and then it will fetch it and produce here in complaint by. So whoever is logging in would automatically appear as complaint by. We do not have to search for it. Hit save. Next up, I'm going to have an email notification. So every time a complaint is raised, I want to notify the admin about the incident. So notification notified through email, send an email from the logged in user's ID to the admin's email address. The subject can be a new incident raised. And here you can insert a field complaint by the new incident. You can enter the field incident title, so whatever the incident title was, and then I can also insert the incident description here for my admin. Please take action. Hit save. I can also send an email notification. Sorry, I already sent the email notification. Now I will have a mobile notification. Select is based on the user field to admin user, title, incident raised, and hit save. View all incidents. So all the workflows in my raise incident form are done. I hit done and then I'm going to access the application to see. So my employees are there already and I'm going to raise a new incident now. Complaint by Parveen Chaudhary. So see, because I'm logged in as Parveen Chaudhary, it's automatically raised here. Let's say incident title is test accident, incident type is an accident, incident description is welcomes test, time of incident I can choose as right now, image I don't need, and raise. When I go to all incidents, you can see that the incident I raised just now is listed here. Now what I want this form to do is I want it to also record the geolocation, so I know which area this incident has happened. So I'm going to simply edit this application, go to my incident form, and right here I have the form properties. So in the form properties, I'm going to capture location here. So it will capture the location the next time I access this form. You have other properties here which you can always come and customize. You can send an email notification right from here also instead of in workflow, or you can direct the form to another URL or website if you have, or even to another form. So these are the certain customizations you can do with your form properties. Once our incidents have been raised, our incident managers have to be notified about them. For this, we are going to create a custom action button in our all incidents report. Let's see how to build custom actions. Now in the third step, we are going to assign these incidents that have been raised to their incident manager, and this can be done by the admin, or in some cases you can even allow the incident managers to assign the tickets to other incident managers. So we are going to start with another form, and I'm going to name this as assign incidents. Okay, assign incident manager. And in this form, I'm going to use two lookups. One lookup to know which incident I'm going to assign. I'm going to name this as select incident. Next up, I'm going to look up the employee as well, the incident manager. Add employee, name. This one I'll rename as assign manager. And here I can even set a filter named The category should always equal incident manager, so that only managers come up in this lookup. And I hit done. So my assigning incident manager is done. After creating the incident manager form, we are going to go to this report, all incidents. In the live form, you can see this is all incident report where we have listed on all the incidents. Now I want a button right here, which will then get reverted to this assign incident manager form. So let's go on to build that button. So I'm going to go to this report and configure fields for web. And here I'm going to add a field. Now I can add a lot of fields here, as you can see, but I'm going to go down to here, which says add new button. I'm going to name my action item as assign incident manager. Enable the action item on the condition that the status of the incident is still ticket raised, it has not been assigned, or the ID of the handled by is null. That means it has not been assigned to anyone yet. Either of these conditions, this button will be activated, and I'm going to name the workflow as create workflow, add a new action, and I'm going to go to this redirect to URL in the notifications. So I'm going to redirect this button to the assign incident manager form. Hit save. Done. I'm going to create this button and then refresh my live app to see if the button has appeared here. Now, as you can see, the button is right here, assign incident manager. Now, before I start assigning, I'm going to go and do another little workflow for this form. Add a workflow while using the form assign incident manager. I'm going to name the form as update status. Add a new action on success of this form. I'm going to write here what this workflow is about. Change the status as assigned and send mail. So first step, I'm going to create a variable. Let's say I'm going to call the variable as rec ID. So this rec ID is going to go to my raise incident form, and there it's going to find out the ID which matches the selected incident. So this variable is going to go to the raise incident form, find the ID which matches the incident that I have selected in the assign incident manager form, and then it's going to change its status. So again, rec ID collection dot, first I'll change the handled by equals input dot whatever I've inputted for assign manager. Next, I will change the status, rec ID dot status equals, what are the statuses? Let me see. Proceed. It asks me to share my location in the live app now after I've changed the location. So the status, okay, I cannot say the status because, okay, the status would be assigned. So I'm going to change it to assigned. After I've changed the status, I'm going to now change the employee email ID. I'm going to name a new variable called employee email ID, and then there I'm going to the add employee form, check for the ID that equals input dot assign manager dot mail. So what this does is this variable will go to my employee form, find out the ID that matches the assign manager, and will take its email with this dot email. Once I know the email, I can send them the mail, which will be the next step. So again, I'm also going to find out the employee name. This variable I can name as employee. I can go to the add employee form, check for the ID that matches input dot assign manager dot, just check out his name. Now that I know the name and the email of the assigned manager, I'm going to send them a mail. For this, I can simply drag the send mail option here. This is where you can type the deluge functions. I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to from Zoho dot admin user ID. So from the admin, I'll be sending the mail to this employee mail ID collection. So this employee mail ID here, I have the email already. I'm going to use that, and the subject could be incident assigned to you, and in the message I can have plus the employee name, which I will collect from here, the employee name, put this in brackets, and then plus so a new incident was assigned to you. What I did here was some slight HTML so that the mail looks better, and then I'm going to plus URL. So this one will have the link to which they can see the mail. So I have to define URL here. I'm going to define it here. URL equals, so I'll simply go to this form link here and copy it till app.zohocreator.com. So I'm going to copy only this part, type it here, plus zoho.app URI. So this is a custom defined function that gives the app URL, and then I'm going to open the report. Which report I want them to see is this assigned report. So I'm going to copy this part alone. Now I'm going to save this and hit done. So in our third step, we created an assign incident form, and then we created a button to go for it, and then we created a workflow so that when we click the button, everything gets refreshed and a mail is introduced. So let's see if it happened. I'm going to create a new incident for this now. Raise an incident, complete by Parveen. I'm going to name it as button test. Incident type is solved. Raise. Now when my admin goes to all incidents, he will see that the button test is here, and he can assign an incident manager. It will go to this, select the button test, assign manager and assign. Now when I go to all incidents, you will see that this button is dead. We cannot assign any manager further because the status has changed to assigned. It's that simple. And if you go to all incident managers, you'll see that the button test has been assigned to and also when I have a mail ID with the assigned manager, a mail will be sent to the manager. This we will see in the working demo at the end of the test. For now, we will move on to the fourth step, which is closing the incidents by the incident managers. What happens when our incident managers have actually closed the incident? They need to go to the system and close them. For this, we will create another form, and that would be the close incident form. Let's see how we'll connect this close incident with our all incidents report. But before moving to the fourth feature, let us make some corrections. If you can see here, the section of assign incident managers has come as incident managers, and the report has come as all incident managers, which is slightly misleading. So let me just change the report properties. So when you want to rename a report, you can simply go to that report, click here, rename. So I'm going to just name it as assigned incidents, or incident assignments would sound better. I'm going to rename it, hit done. Now it has appeared as incident assignments. This is assigned incident managers, and this also I can rename. If you want to rename the section, you can simply go to the sections, this symbol there, and here I can simply rename it. What do I rename it? I can rename it as assigned incidents. Now it makes more sense. Assigned incidents, this is my assigned incident manager form. This is incident assignments. These are my entire incidents where you can raise a form, raise incidents, and all incidents. Okay, so let's get started with our fourth feature, which is creating an incident report form. So this incident report form will be used exclusively by the incident managers. Once they have looked at the incidents and want to close them, they are going to access this form. So this incident report form will have a lookup field which would say which incident manager is handling this. I'll go to my add employee and just add the name of the employee. And here I can use the filter to know whether it's an incident manager. So set filter by the category equals incident manager. So only the incident managers will be listed here. I just want the first name and the last name, and this I'm going to rename as handled by. Okay, once my handled by, so this will show which incident manager is accessing this form, and then we need another lookup to see which incident are we talking about. So I look up into the raise incident, the incident title, hit done. I can rename this as just as incident, and then I'll have a multi-line which will give a detailed report. So this is where the incident management manager can give a detailed report about what went wrong or what happened and what were the actions that he took. And when you want to customize this report, if you want other fields like where any actions taken was, what are the precautionary measures that you could take, so you can have a lot of other fields here. uh, and then you can even have a feedback form which can be sent to the concerned aggrieved employee so that they can give feedback back to this employee, but that is for another day. For now we are going to stick to this basic 5 features. So this form is done. I hit done, and if you go to refresh the live app, you will see that it will appear right here. So this is my incident report, incident form. Here I can choose the employee, the incident, the button test, sign some report, and hit submit. It's still showing us add employee. I thought I changed this as handled by. Let's see if I hadn't changed it. Maybe it didn't get loaded that time. Yeah, the field link name changed. Change. Yes, hit done and refresh. So now let's look up if there are any workflows that we need to do with this incident report form. So when we access this form, when I choose handled by, and the moment I choose an incident, so when I hit submit, if you go to all incident reports, you see that button test was handled by and it's closed, right? That's why this incident report form was actually opened by the manager. But if you go to the incidents, in all incidents, you see that the button test, if I click on it, the status is still assigned. I want the status to change to closed, and then I want those investigation notes to be filled with the report that our manager has given. So let's go and make some changes, and that would be done with a workflow. Welcome to workflows again. Click a new workflow while using the form, incident report form, and this one I'll just name as update incident details. This would be on deluge script, on successful form submission, and here first I will have a variable. Okay, so let's name this variable as rec id, pretty standard harmless variable, rec id, and then this variable is going to go to my form. So which form do we want to make these changes? We are going to make these changes in the all incidents report, right, which works with the raise incident form. So I will go to my raise incident form, look for all the IDs, that is all the records that matches input dot incident. So the incident that I have fed in the incident report form, it will find that incident from this raise incident report and then change its characteristics. So this is my collection rec id. Now that rec id holds that particular incident, it can simply change its status. So rec id.status now becomes closed, and then I want to feed rec id's investigation notes with my report that the incident manager has created. So that's all with just these 3 lines. Now when we save it, we will see how the change happens. Hit done. And now when we go to the live app, if I go to the incident report form, select my button test once again and hit submit. Oh, I should have written something on the report. So go to the button test report factory, some random thing. And now when I go to all incidents and click on this, as you see, the investigation notes has changed to satisfactory and the status is now closed. Now maybe I'll make another report which shows all of this better, because in this all incidents report there's this button, but we can do that in the last step. For now we will move on to the dashboards, which is in the 5th step. In the last step, we also learned how to create new profiles and share them with our employees. Now we will go through a dashboard. We will create this dashboard through pages in Creator, which is where you can build dashboards and other sort of HTML pages. So we'll get started with dashboard. Also, I'll create a map report and show you how to use that. Moving on to the last feature, and that is all about creating dashboards. So kind of reports which will help the admin to look at a glance and know about the health of his system. So first up, I'm going to create a map through which the admin will know at a glance where the incidents happened, the locality and stuff. So this is through a report, and we have a map report right here based on the form race incident, based on the field. So you can either have modified location or added location. I will use added location. So Creator automatically captures fields like added location, added time. So this is one of these, and I'll name the report as map view. Create the report, and now if you refresh our live app, you see the map view is right here, and this map shows exactly where the incident happened. So the button test event happened right here, somewhere near Chennai. So it will give me an exact understanding of where to head towards if there has been a really grave incident which the admin needs to look at. The next dashboard I'm going to make is going to be a metrics dashboard. It will give me a view. So this one I'm going to create through pages. So pages are the most exciting feature of Creator, through which you could just about create anything: HTML, buttons, charts, reports. You just name it and you can make it look as attractive as you want. So I'm just going to name it as dashboard, this dashboard. So first up, as you can see, I can use like panels, charts, forms, reports, snippets, which are like HTML, XML, or embedding, which I'm going to leave for this tutorial as that's really complex. And then we can have buttons. First up, I want to use a chart. Let's see how we can use charts for our pages. I'm going to drag and drop this column chart, and as you can see, you can change the colors and you can have the name on the top, on the right. So there are a lot of customizations available here. So I want this chart based on which form? I want it to be based on the raise incident form. So I want that. In my X, I have it based on the incident type. So I want to know what kind of incidents have been most raised, whether it's assault, accident, or sexual abuse, and I'm going to name it as incident type. Next up, in the y-axis, I want to have aggregate values, select values, and label, I can just name it as number of cases, evaluate for all records, or I can even select records which are closed. But let's just have it as this so that I can have a view of all the incidents irrespective of whether they're closed or just raised, and hit done. Okay, the aggregate values are based on total records. Sorry, I just missed this. That's why the dashboard was not closing. Okay, so my first chart is up, and next I want to know the number of incidents that have been closed. Let's say that would give me a good view of how many incidents we are doing per day, right, as an admin. So I'm going to have this as a panel. So I can simply drag and drop this panel which says new employees this month. So this is just for reference. So I'm going to change this text here and list it out as incidents closed. Here I'm going to have a count of records in a form, in the raised incident form, selected records. So for all the incidents whose status equals closed, they are going to be shown up here. So I know how many incidents have been closed this month. Also, you can go to, this is just the display settings. I can also go to the action settings where I can choose from a lot of actions here. It can open to a URL, a form, a report. I can go to the open report. So when I click on this, these reports can be opened. I want to see the incident reports, let's say. So it will just open the incident reports. So when incidents have been closed, the admin can go to that and then go to the incident reports and know what happened. Gives them a clear view, right? And if you are an expert coder, then you can even go to the code here where you can type your own code, whether it's XML, HTML, a lot of stuff. Let's just close it for now. So incident closes there. And then I can also have another panel that say the number of incident managers that we have, so that I know how many employees are incident managers. So this I will name as incident managers. And this one again, I can have a count from the add employee form, selected records. So for all the employees whose category matches, incident manager will be shown up here. And I can have an action where it will open the report incident assignments so that we can see what these incident managers have been assigned and what they have been working on. Gives me a good view. And then I can also reframe my chart like this. And now I will want to have a report here. So I can have these all incidents right here and I made it as report. These are the properties that you can have, the filters. So I can add a filter right here, select field, the status equals just ticket raised. So this will give me a view of all the pending incidents which have to be assigned. So in the dashboard, the admin will know immediately that these are the incidents which need to be assigned. You can just click on them and then assign them. Now I'm going to, okay, I'm done with my dashboard. I'm going to just hit done and then we are going to refresh the app here to look at our brand new dashboard. Excuse me if I really talk fast. Sometimes I get excited while explaining the process. I'm really sorry. So let's move on to the dashboard. Yes, so you can see how the dashboard looks like. Aren't you impressed by pages? I really like when it comes to the fifth step because it's the most exciting part of any app, creating this dashboard. You can be so creative with it. So right here you can see the number of cases. So imagine that you are the admin and this is the first thing that you'll land up to when you open the app. So you don't even have to spend much time, you just know what's happening. So you can see the number of cases. So there's one accident, one assault case, thankfully no harassment cases, one incident has been closed, you have just one incident manager, and then here you can see all the incidents. So you can see the incidents which have already been assigned and which need to be assigned. The closed ones don't show up here, so you don't have to worry about them. And then if you just click on this incident closed, it takes you to the incident report where you can see what happened. And then if you just click on the incident managers, it takes you to the incident assignments of these managers. And if you just click on this assign incident manager, you will be taken to this form. So this dashboard is the all-purpose app view. You can have everything here, so your admin can just do everything from this one page. Now that we are done with our dashboards, let's move on to one very important step, and that is sharing the app. The thing is, with this app, you do not need to share it to all your employees. If you share it to your employees just as it is, then they can go and mess up with things like add employees, which they don't need to. Only the admin should be able to add employees or assign managers. All the employees should be able to do is just access this form, raise incident, so that they can go and raise an incident. For this, we are going to our edit mode. Where's our edit mode? Yeah. So in our edit mode, we are going to go to settings. And in settings, you have this users and control here. Go to the users. You haven't added any user yet. Add users and assign permissions according to your business logic. So I'm going to add my first user and I'm going to name my user as an employee. So to begin with, you can just type any user's mail. This is my mail. Choose a permission. So in permission, you can either give read or write. And this is add permission set. Click on this and you can make a new user profile. I'm going to make a user profile named employee, and they will have access not to add employee, only to this raise incident form. They can also view, they don't need to view all the incidents, so just leave it at that. They can edit their form, all incidents, okay. They're raised incidents, right? So for this, I can go and let's go to my live app and go to another edit application mode and create another report, and this would be only for the employees to check out their assigned incidents. This is very simple. I'll go to the report, create a new report, list view, based on the form, all incidents, my incidents. So because this is for the employees, this will be named as my incidents. And right here, open the report properties and we can have a filter. I will refresh my app. So as you can see in my incidents, all the complaint by me is right here. So I can see what has happened to all of my tickets. Status is ticket raised still. Okay. So now that I have my incidents, I can go to the sharing right here So choose a permission, add permission set. So my employee, permission as employee. So my employee can raise an incident. They can also view, not all incidents, they can view the, where is my incidents? Well, I have to refresh this page. So I'll refresh it. Add users, add a permission set, employee. So they can access raise incident. They can also view my incidents right here. So my incidents report has come here. They can edit also my incidents, okay? And they can delete also my incidents. So I've given them all this power. They are not supposed to see the dashboard or the incident reportings, which are meant only for the admin and the incident managers. So save and associate and then share. So my employee profile has been made. Now I'm going to add another profile. So this time I'm going to show you the another way of doing it. So you can go to this green button right here called share, enter another one. So let's say this is my user. I'm going to add, choose a permission, add permission set, and this is for the managers, incident managers. So the incident manager can access the incident report, all incident reports. They can also check the dashboard, let's say. They can also raise incident because incidents can also happen with incident managers. So they will have views of all of these. They cannot edit. Let the edit button be with the admin. And then they can also assign, no, they can't assign incidents. They can't add employees as well. Those are exclusively for the admin, right? And save and associate and share. So now what I will do is I'll go back to my workflows, and in my, I do not have any workflow for my add employee, right? So I'm going to add a new workflow. While using the form add employee, I'm going to share these profiles with them. Name the workflow as share app, add a new action on successful form submission. And here I'm going to share the app with this. So first I'm going to use the if loop. If input.email is not equal to Zoho.admin user ID. So this means that first we are checking if the email, so if the user is not the admin, then we are going to have another check for the category. So if input.category equals regular employee, then we are going to share this app with them with this predefined code. This app dot permissions dot assign user in profile, sorry, in profile input dot email comma employee. Else if input dot category equals incident manager, then this app dot incident manager. That should do it. Next up, I'm going to have a variable called URL equals. So in this URL, I'm going to just go to my app and just, copy paste the link till here, till zohocreator.com, because Parveen33 is for me. It's not universal. So I'm going to just paste the universal part of the link plus zoho.app URI. So this will fetch the rest of the link for the respective user. Okay. Now that I'm done with my URL, I'm going to just use this function here that says send mail. Send mail, please come there. Yes, send mail is here. So send mail from zoho.admin user ID to the email of the employee here. Input.email subject. You have been added to the incident tracker app. Next message. ref, this is HTML tag. It will share the app URL. Access the app here. I'm so clumsy with HTML tags. Okay, and hit save. The code has saved, and this time I think we should all get a mail every time an employee is added. So let's see. We have learned a lot of features today in Creator. Let's go through all of that through a quick demo of this app. You will see the workflow of the app once again, all the 5 steps that we have done, and also learn more about the concepts in this quick demo. All our 5 features are done. Now it's demo time. I love demos because it quickly helps you recap through all that you have learned today, and it helps with retention. So let's start with the first step. First up, you have an organization. So you are going to add employees and categorize them into incident managers and your regular employees. So I'm going to add my friend Siva as an employee. He's a regular employee. Hit add. Then I'm going to add myself, Puffin. Okay, but I would like to have a correct spelling. And I am an incident manager. My blood group is B positive. Hit add. So I don't know, some random error. So in all employees, you can see that I've been added as an incident manager and Siva as a regular employee. Okay, the error was because I didn't put my email here. So it has been updated. So Siva is the regular employee and I'm an incident manager. Let's see if the sharing profile that we did towards the end works. So I'm going to go to this. So this is Siva's profile. As you can see, Siva 2211, and he got a message from me. You have been added to the incident tracker app. So all of these are the test mails that I sent earlier. This is the access the app here. And when he accesses the app here, you can see for proof that it was sent just 1 minute ago. So as you can see, Siva has access only to the raise incident form because he's an employee. He does not need to look at all the dashboards and the employees and all the assignment mumbo jumbos. All an employee wants to know is where to raise an incident. So this is his form. And as you can see, my incidents would be empty right now because Siva has not added an incident yet. So let's go to raise incident, complaint by Siva. As you can see, it has been auto-populated because of all the workflows we have done. The incident title is hurt by a hurricane. Incident type is, let's say it's it's natural disaster. Incident description, so he can choose a time, yesterday, and raise. Now that Siva has raised the incident, he can go to my incidents and it would show him all the complaints raised by him. He can click on this and look at the status. The status is just ticket raised. Let's go back to our other app. So let's go back to our application. This is where I was doing all the things. So our employees here are there. We saw that the sharing profile thing works and that we have also seen how to raise an incident by Siva. So because I'm the admin, I'm going to see all the incidents. I'll be able to see all the incidents. So Siva just now raised hurt by a hurricane and it has not been assigned. I'm the admin, so I'm going to assign an incident manager. This is the workflow. So it takes me to the assign incident manager form. I can select the incident hurt by a hurricane to me. I'm the incident manager as well. Hit assign. And then I can look at the incident assignments. I can see that hurt by a hurricane by Parveen by Siva has been assigned to Parveen. This is the assignment manager. If you go to the map view, you can see where all the somewhere here in all incidents. As you can see, the button has been disabled now. What happens when Siva accesses his app? Here's Siva's app, and this time when he clicks on my incidents, he can see that the status has changed to assigned. Now I'm the incident manager, so this is my incident reports. I'm going to look at the incident and then I'm going to close it. So it's handled by Parveen. The incident is hurt by a hurricane and I can see the report managed and relief provided. Hit submit. So in all incident reports, you can see that this has been closed. In the incidents, the admin can see that this report has been closed. And when Siva refreshes his tab, the next time he comes to look at the status, he will see that his ticket has been closed and investigation notes have also been updated. Now, I want to see the dashboard. As an admin, that's what makes the most sense. So in the dashboard, you can see that 2 incidents have been closed till now. There's 1 incident manager, that's me. Assault cases have been 1, natural disaster 1, accident has been 1. You can see at all the incidents right here, all the incidents that have not been assigned a manager and those that have been assigned. It gives a comprehensive view. So this was the run-up of the demo. Remember, add your employees, add an incident form, then have your assign incident form, then look at the incident reports where you close the report, you have a dashboard, and finally share the profile. It's done. Our little tutorial is over now. Now I'll take you through our app deck app, which was built by the developers. It has a lot of other features that this app does not have. Also, you must know that once you have built a web app, it's very easy to download the mobile app. So you don't have to go and hire a developer again to build the mobile app. If you have a device, then you can have it just by downloading it from the App Store or Play Store. Let's have a quick demo of the app deck app. Welcome back, and now that we are done with our tutorial, as promised, I'm going to take you through a guided tour of our app deck app. So app deck is a comprehensive list. When you click go to new applications, it's a comprehensive list of about 70 to 80 apps. I've lost count because they keep adding more apps. These are apps which you can simply install and start using, and as I've told you, our incident tracker is one of them. I'm going to find the incident tracker. This is the one. It's still on the go. So this app is exclusively for those who have gone through this entire tutorial and decided that, okay, I need to learn more functionalities about this app, or I want a ready-made app that I can start using right away. So this is the place for you. You are required to share your location to use this one. Proceed. Agree to this because the incident tracker app needs to know your location. Also, I've forgotten to tell you about the mobile functionalities. So what happens with Creator apps is that what we have been building till now is a web app. But this is the mobile version here. When you click on this, you can see how your mobile app will look like. This is your raise incident form. You can check your other forms right here. You have all the forms. So this is how your app will look on the mobile. You have all incidents and stuff. You can get it from the App Store or from the Play Store. You can even have a tab app. And I don't know if I've told you this before, but if you go to edit this application, even for the app that we have created, you can customize it for your mobile version by simply going to the design. And here, as you can see, it's the phone design and this is the tablet design. Click on the phone design and you can optimize the form builder for your phone. You can go to this to customize it according to the colors and the signs and the icons, and you have label placement according to the iOS/Android. A lot of stuff that you can do here. If you click on the form builder, this looks pretty much same as the web app, but in the properties, you can have all these buttons reset. So I'll not take much time here. Let's go back to our app deck app, but you get the point. You get a mobile app the moment you build a web app, and it's very easy to create because you don't need to create it again. As soon as you have a web app, you can just download the mobile app. So this is what our developers have built. So it's pretty much similar to what I've built. It has a raise incident. It has recent incidents, all incidents, my assigned incidents. So there's some data here. Suddenly destroyed the wall. It has been closed by the admin. So they have segregated it much better as closed tickets, employee assigned. Even we can do that through reports by using filters and sorting and stuff. So that's other things that we could have done. There are the closed incidents in another tab. There's the map view. They have configured incident types in a separate section as assault accident. Then you have type-wise accidents. If you regenerate it, there would be a chart that would be there for you to see. Yeah, so you can see they have put a pie chart here. There's the employees, and they have an organizations tab separately where you can add your organization, and this is just a one-time thing. So I think our tutorial pretty much covers all of this. So I think you can just go start installing it, but I would recommend that you go through the tutorial and try making the app yourself. That is so much more satisfying. See you. This was our incident tracker app for today. I'll see you next week with another new app. If you like this video, then please like it, and if you have any problems with the workflow, then you can comment below the video. Please subscribe to the channel App DNA for more such app making videos each week. Thank you for watching. Till then, keep making apps and be happy.